Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be doing another community reaction video. So the MK Twitter yesterday dropped this teaser, which you guys know I really enjoyed this, and you guys seem to enjoy it as well. So I wanted to do a community reaction to what you guys said about this teaser, not only about how you guys liked it, but what your guys' theories are around it. So we're going to start by just doing the top comments, because the top comments will probably be about the actual teaser. So let's go ahead and look through this. And quickly before we begin, I want to say thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. It means the world to me. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into the comments. Again, I hate how YouTube won't let me see your guys' names. I just have to see the usernames, so I apologize if that's a little weird. Okay, so Princess Assassin Kitana says, "This game is literally going to be so freaking good. Everything visually that we've seen so far has just been 10 out of 10. I have high hopes for the game. I feel like it's going to be the best Mortal Kombat game we've had in a while. Mortal Kombat 11 was an upgrade graphically from Mortal Kombat X, but definitely a downgrade in gameplay IMO. Yeah, I would 100% agree. But the confirmation of Breakers coming back, I don't know, it just gives me really high hopes for the gameplay. Yeah, I would agree. I think that the Breakers especially, it kind of proves that they're in touch with it, and they understand that the Mortal Kombat 11 gameplay was definitely not for everyone, and we want things such as the breakers to come back, stuff like even faster action like in Mortal Kombat X and 9. I think that they realize what we like, and that's why they're putting so much stock into showing us and teasing this, that it's going to be something special. So I agree with you, and I think that this is a good statement as well. Like, I just think about like online matches. I never really played online matches, maybe Combat League a few times for some skins, but other than that, you'll only catch me playing Mortal Kombat X nowadays, so that is just really how it is. And like you're saying, it looks so freaking good. I think that they know what to do, and they know that this game is their greatest asset, so they're gonna put everything they can into this game and make it the best Mortal Kombat. So shout out to you, Princess Assassin Kitana, and let's get to the next one. Oh wait, actually there's a reply. Oh okay, it's not me, I thought it was me. Okay, so I like the Fatal Blow blood effects. Yeah, that's okay. I didn't really like the slow-mo in Mortal Kombat 11. But having to take damage until you're nearly knocked out, yeah, that was like the bad part about it, right? It's not like X-rays. And then having it available sucks. I also wish they brought back MK3 Trilogy Choose Your Destiny music for Classic Towers theme. I love that theme. Sounds like machine gun in music format. Okay, yeah, great take, great take. I don't know if I'm going to go through every single reply in this video. I want this to be digestible for you guys, so let's just continue. Alright, Marcus is here and he says, we're getting real close to Summer Games Fest now. Yeah, it's less than 24 hours away. As of recording this, of course. I'm looking forward to what they have to show. I worry by the way Ed keeps calling it their video, that it'll only be a couple minutes of gameplay footage. I'm not going to complain though, I'm itching to see more of this game. Yeah, true. I do think that you're right to be skeptical about it. I don't know. Okay, Jeff Keighley actually tweeted saying it was an in-depth presentation. Did he really? Rather than a 60-second teaser trailer. Hopefully that means a more Mortal Kombat 11 like showcase rather than a little trailer. Yeah, I do remember him saying obviously that it was not going to be a 60-second teaser, but an in-depth presentation, I missed that, but I'm going to take your word for it, JD the Menace, and I'm going to say it's going to be a long trailer. I don't think we're going to get something short and like, done in a flash type shit. Like, it's going to be a big presence at the Summer Games Fest, and rightfully so. I do think Mortal Kombat 1 is the biggest thing that they have there, at least from what I understand, so, but shout out to you Marcus and you JD the Menace. Okay, Fighter Simon says, maybe we're getting different story outcomes depending on the choices you choose, similar to Mass Effect. A lot of people have said this, where like it's going to be very similar to like Mass Effect or Life is Strange, or like Telltale games. Right, it would be a total standout compared to other fighting games. Yeah, for sure, especially if they actually flesh it out the way that I think that they would. Mortal Kombat story modes have always been cinematic, at least in the NRS era. So all they have to do is take that cinematic story and expand upon it to where it has different outcomes in different like sides. Very similar to Mortal Kombat vs DC, however that game was done by Midway, but like they could definitely have that same soul and that same idea. I don't have my hopes up too high for it happening. Like, I have my hopes low enough to where I'm expecting to just have another chapter system. Do I want that though? No, I do not want a chapter system. I would love if they did something new like this, or if they did like conquest mode or something like that. But shout out to you, Simon. Okay, next we have MC Elfie. I don't know how I'd say that. Like McElfie? Like a Marty McFly type shit. So I think that means how story will progress depends on the choices you make in the game. See, I could definitely derive that meaning from it. If we go here, the past self that no longer serves you, finish him. So like basically saying to get rid of the past self, or your past self, excuse me. And that makes a lot of sense. It's like you're not defined by those actions or those thoughts and those stories. You can create your own new vision and your own path. So I do think that this is a good way to approach it, and it depends on like the choices you make to craft your future. Imagine it's up to you if the Shirai Ryu and Lin Kuei rivalry, or if Kitana accepts Melina as her sister. Yeah, it would be insane, definitely. Because we're in the past, like we're so far in the past or resetting the timeline, anything can happen. And a lot of people have pointed out, of course, that the Shirai Ryu and the Lin Kuei are like derivatives of each other. Is that the right word? They're derived of each other? Like somebody from the Lin Kuei started the Shirai Ryu, right? I could definitely see this one for sure happening. Like there's a plot line about the two clans, or if the two clans even happen. Because for all we know, there's no Shirai Ryu and there's just the Lin Kuei. So this is a good take. I do think that you can derive this meaning from that teaser. Okay, so Nick Lattimore Comedy, I think that's how you say that. They say, imagine being one of the MK players that has to wait for their fave character to possibly be revealed, because they're not guaranteed like the usual ones. I hope this roster is huge, at least bigger than Mortal Kombat 11. I think that we can expect that. I think that Mortal Kombat 11's base roster will be topped with Mortal Kombat 1. I don't know how long they're going to be doing DLC for this game, of course, but if I had to bet on it, I would think that Mortal Kombat 1 is going to have a bigger base roster than Mortal Kombat 11. Maybe only by a few characters, but I do still think it's going to happen. And yeah, this does suck, like having to wait for your favorite characters. Like my favorite character is probably Shujinko. And you know, even though Ed Boon has said he will return one day, I do not think that's in Mortal Kombat 1. Maybe in the form of a cameo or something. A lot of people are scared that their favorite characters are going to become cameos, which I do understand. But I also think that cameos are a big opportunity to see characters back that we haven't seen in such a long time. So hopefully we get to see some of these characters back. Shout out to you, Nick Lattimore Comedy. Alright, sorry if there's a weird cut there. I'm recording this a little bit after that first part. So Steven Zaku says, finish him. The past self no longer serves you. I feel like this is more meaning like this new world Liu Kang created has no fighting, no fatalities or killing. Basically what the trailer implies.
Until evil shows up and kills everyone.
And Liu Kang has no choice but to kill because no evil should exist in his new world. This new Mortal Kombat might just be the deepest story if, big if, they just implied that. Honestly, I think that that's a great approach, like just to do something completely new with the franchise, especially since it is a franchise that initially was priding itself on its blood and its gore, which I mean it still did. Obviously in the trailer, the like punchline of the trailer was showing a huge fatality, but the idea that they want to move away from that gore and like write a story around that that development where you ignore the past self and you ignore your past like mistakes, and of course that involves, you know, murder for a lot of these characters. That's very intriguing, and I wonder how they could approach that. But I do think that there's a large amount of the fan base that will be disappointed with this, and I'm not really one of those. Gore isn't like my number one thing in Mortal Kombat. Like I'm not playing it for the gore, but that has always been part of its identity. But I am sure there are plenty of people that mainly play Mortal Kombat just because of the gore. So if they were to do something like this, I think that I wonder if it's like just too experimental and they'd be like risking too much doing this. You know what I mean? That's like my only like actual fear if they wanted to try doing something like this, and why I think it might not happen. But I do love this theory, and I think that if this is what they are implying with the trailer and with this teaser, then I think that this is going to be a great Mortal Kombat story. It's going to be completely fresh if they try and do something where like fighting and killing is not the norm, right? But shout out to you, Steven Zaku, and let's continue. So again, I want to try and skip comments or like go over comments that aren't really talking about the teaser. But it doesn't mean that, you know, your comments any less important. So still, shout out to you, Jingle Balls. But is it Charles Games? Yeah, Charles Games says maybe there are two things. One, it might have choose your destiny type like in Mortal Kombat 11. Yeah, like the ending aspect where you can choose your destiny, but like throughout the entire game, I can definitely see that. And then two, of course, it was really surprising seeing Sub-Zero and Scorpion together, same with Kitana and Melina. If it was before, if they see each other, they would try and like kill each other, yeah. So overall, I think it's taking all the characters' pasts, mostly duos that have problems with each other. Yeah, okay, I could definitely see this, like, so you're saying that it's probably taking those duos and rewriting history and changing the past. So those issues and conflicts of the past do not have to be a recurring thing in this new timeline. So I do like that is a That is something I think that they might be implying with both of these things. Alright, Renee Valdez says they're basically saying choose your destiny. Yeah, this is basically like the most face value way to interpret it to like a bigger meaning, right? Because you get to change yourself and grow, basically. So choosing your own destiny, essentially. So it's like we players have to make our own choices. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit like Life is Strange. Again, here's someone saying Life is Strange. 100% old school Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I do think so as well. What if it's exactly like Life is Strange with no fighting? Maybe on like a conquest mode or something, but I do think fighting is always going to be part of its identity. I mean, it is Mortal Kombat, it is a fighting game. And NRS is very much so, teasing the huge changes in the mechanics for this game. So fighting is without a doubt going to be a huge aspect of the game. I don't think they'd take that out. Imagine that you fight the previous versions of the characters from other timelines. This would be cool, but it would be very similar to Mortal Kombat 11. Maybe it's going to have dialogue choices. Yeah, that would be another thing a lot of people are saying for sure. It means forget past Mortal Kombat games. This one is going to be so different in every way. Oh, dude, it's so exciting. Like, the presentation. And we haven't even gotten the second trailer. Like, I know it feels like we've gotten a lot. Like, it almost feels like the game's about to come out. I mean, it is. It is going to come out in September. But it feels like we have so much because of the way that they're marketing this game and the presentation of the marketing and like the colors, the blue color, the peaceful nature of everything, the website. Everything feels brand new, like a rebirth. So I do like this take. It's probably a hint of the character that's going to be big. Okay, maybe. So like they're changing their past self and becoming a new character. I think it means the finishing moves are more creative and you can set your own finisher like MK Armageddon. Honestly, I like this take because it's like applying this teaser directly to gameplay, like a very specific gameplay, opposed to like tying it to like some huge message in the story. So this would be interesting if they're trying to like put more symbolism into it, I guess, and these messages by spreading it into the actual minute mechanics. So like making your own fatality, for example, that's very like specific, and making your own decisions up to the last minute detail. So that's interesting. I do like this. And it was cool seeing like the unique fatalities in Armageddon. They were kind of weird though, because like you would do the same thing in different orders and stuff like that depending on who you were fighting with. I think it ultimately got old quickly. And I do like the idea of characters having like unique fatalities. Good idea though, good idea. Earthrealm Conquest sounds, let's go, I love that. Need another variation of the mode 100%. Yeah, of Conquest, yeah, for sure. I'm really hoping that all of these hints to the world and these hints to like morality and all of that stuff is teasing Conquest mode. Overreacts is excited. It speaks to my soul. Yeah, me too. I got a feeling this version of MK is going to be some old school kung fu movie type shit. 100%. I think that it's going back to its roots, like how Mortal Kombat was back in the older games, and not like time travel and all this stuff in like the newer games. Again, I don't hate any of the newer games. I just want to make it clear, I don't hate any of the newer games. It's just I do think old Mortal Kombat is distinctly different than new Mortal Kombat. Sounds like they're teasing how the story mode is going to play out. Aftermath already had 2 different endings based on what you do with it. I think in the width. Okay, yeah, this could be a big thing, and I think that them adding that into Aftermath, like the choice at the end, is probably their way of teasing something that could come in the future, of course, with this game, which is making the entire story up to you, and you can decide how it goes. I'm the 1,000th subscriber. Okay, shout out to you, just for that alone. And I could generally feel the presence in this universe. Yeah, this game is, again, the presentation it's full of life. I really do love it. Hot take. Liu Kang made Shang Tsung a good guy and he sent him to those places because the rivalries were about to fight. Then Shang interrupts and kills them. Then Shang Tsung says, you know what, I spiked him like a football, but he's right. Raiden stays in the background because he can't say shit about Liu Kang being evil. Again, I do not want Liu Kang to be evil, but this is such a gigabrain. Like, Liu Kang sent Shang Tsung to kill these characters before their rivalry starts? That's absolutely nuts. If this ends up coming true, you're a NetherRealm spy and you can't convince me otherwise. Or it could be that they want a positive message now, kind of like when Darksiders 3 released those ASMR videos with the Fury for Darksiders 3. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that Mortal Kombat wants to go in a different direction.
Like I said
earlier, I think a lot of people will be unhappy with the change from extremely gory, dark grittiness to something more happy and lighthearted. I personally wouldn't be mad. If anything, I really want to see how they do that. But again, some people wouldn't like it at all. So we should keep in mind that NetherRealm probably doesn't want to experiment that heavily. But hopefully I'm proven wrong, right? So we'll see. I think he's talking about the Revenants from MK11 and X. Yeah, that could be like a literal sense, right? Like saying forget the past self and then like create a new world for yourself, like create your destiny and forget what you did in the past. But I think ultimately we're past this. Like the timeline resets. So this isn't really a continuation of Mortal Kombat 11 like Ed Boon said. So I don't think that they'd be too hard pressed about this, like the Revenants, but maybe. Okay, so with that, we're getting to the end. So let's go ahead and go by newest and see if there's anything we can talk about quickly. Kill the person you once was. Yeah, I do think that that's like a more literal approach. From what they said, of course. I think it's like literally what they said. Yeah, basically. But like in the grand scheme of things, this could mean that you should just disregard your past self and grow, which is an idea that I do like. And I think that's it. Yeah, okay, that's basically it. Okay, so that was the community reaction to this Mortal Kombat 1 teaser. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below if you want to say any more thoughts on what you think that this means. The gameplay reveal is happening so soon. We have 19 hours until the Game Awards start. I can't wait for this. I appreciate you all. Make sure you guys stay safe and stay hydrated. And ladies, gentlemen, and NB beauties, have a great rest of your day. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.